WIDER perhaps could have a sort of an essay competition, like ask for, you know, let's say, put a topic like what do you think should be the main goals of economic development in your country or your part of the world, and then open it to all undergraduates from colleges in that particular part of the world, and then have some sort of international committee to judge these things, and then maybe identify these students, and perhaps give them scholarships if that might be one thing to do, or at least to be able to identify who sources of talent. And so this would be before people have already gone to the London School of Economics or MIT or Harvard or Sorbonne or wherever it may be. So there could be lots of students who have the talent, and maybe in universities that are struggling with resources. But these days, particularly because of the internet and so on, I'm always struck by how well informed people are. And we tend to think, sometimes people in developed countries think that, these poor third world people, they must be so out of touch and so on. But people are very, very much in touch. I mean, if you go to many third world places, you'll always be surprised by how much people know about what's going on in the United States or in England or France and so on. So that is an important thing that we could try to do. I think essay competitions are an interesting thing, because in my life, when I was, my first sort of intellectual achievement of any note was when I was in Rangoon, growing up in Rangoon. The British Council had an essay competition, and I entered that, and I won that essay competition when I was about 14 years old or so, I thought. And it did a lot for my self-confidence. I never got anything much out of it. I got 4 or 5 books, very nice books from the British Council. But it was something that there's some outside organization that can give you a task, and then you can, if you're a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, even 21, 22-year-old, right? You may not have these contacts to go to foreign universities and so on, but if something like that comes to you, then you can sort of respond. And people don't know their own talents. It takes you a long time to find out what you can really do. So if you can bring such a thing to third world countries, then I think it might be useful. So that's one concrete idea I'd like to offer.